يمثل الاتحاد الأوروبي كياناً جيوسياسي تأسس بناء على الكثير من المعاهدات، وخضع للتوسعات التي قادته من اتحاد مكون من 6 دول إلى 27 دولة. إنه تحالف سياسي اقتصادي تأسس عام 1993 يهدف بشكل رئيسي لإدارة سوق مالي ذي عملة واحدة، بالإضافة إلى وضع سياسات مشتركة على مختلف الأصعدة، ويتيح تحرك السلع والبضائع والأموال والخدمات والأشخاص بكل سهولة بين الدول الأعضاء. ويعتبر الاتحاد الآن أكبر تكتل تجاري عالمي وأكبر مصدر للخدمات والسلع المصنعة في العالم.
My name is Patrick Simonet. I'm the EU ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I've been here posted in this beautiful country for more than the last 2 years, so 2 years and a half. I'm French nationality. I'm from Paris. I'm a diplomat from the EU. I was posted before both in Africa and in the Middle East. I was an ambassador to the Republic of Iraq during 2015-2017. I've got a great connection with the region. What you can read on Saudi Arabia never matches what you discover in terms of the incredible life that you live here. So yes, I read a lot of history books about the region. I love history, so I was very much keen to learn more about the foundation of the kingdom. What I discovered is actually people very hospitable, very joyful, very easy to connect. I think it's very important that actually, whether in the working environment or the private life, it's very easy to make friends or to spend a good moment with Saudi people. Lots of activities, cultural activities. I'm sure we'll talk about that. So life is great for me and for my family. So I came with my wife and my 3 kids. I mean, we still have 2 kids around. So it's great posting also for family life. You know, to discover and appreciate the country as a family, whether traveling or doing activities. We have a motto in the EU which is united in diversity. I think you could well apply that to the kingdom as well. But it's not just about the past; it's also about the future. So I think it's great to see people who are geared towards the future, towards socioeconomic emancipation. That's the Vision 2030. I mean, that's the spirit of going towards improvements.
الاتحاد الأوروبي أنشئ في عام 1993 مكون من 27 دولة، يوجد فيه تقريبا 476 مليون نسمة، وهو أكبر اقتصاد عالمي كما تفضلت، ثاني أكبر اقتصاد عالمي بعد الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية. الناتج الإجمالي في الاتحاد الأوروبي 17.5 تريليون دولار، ويعتمد على المبدأ الحرية التبادل التجاري ومرور الأفراد والتنقل رؤوس الأموال بين هذه الدول. ولذلك تم ترشيح الاتحاد الأوروبي ليكون ضمن مجموعة 20 كتكتل بحد ذاته مع 19 دولة أخرى في العالم. اتفاق التجارة الحرة بين دول الاتحاد الأوروبي جعلت من هذه الدول تتواءم وتتفق فيما بينها، ولذلك تم استخراج جواز سفر موحد وجواز سفر الاتحاد الأوروبي والعملة الموحدة. ما عدا بريطانيا التي خرجت من الاتحاد الأوروبي، ولأنها رفضت أيضا أن تكون ضمن العملة الموحدة في الاتحاد الأوروبي. وبالتالي فإن الاتحاد الأوروبي لديه قوة استراتيجية تجارية اقتصادية استثمارية ضخمة تستطيع أن تمارس دورها في العالم المتنامي بشكل قوي جدا، لا يعادله قوة في العالم سوى الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية.
It's a long list of places where I've been either professionally or with the family. The first is I think the Najd, which is where we live, which is a fascinating. Again, I will go back to history. I mean, I was before coming very fond of the history of King Abdulaziz, as he's known in France, Ibn Saud. And I read many books about him, about King Faisal as well, and so for me that was very interesting to discover central Saudi Arabia. So I love Diriyah. Every visitor, EU visitor that is coming, I take him or her to Diriyah to really to feel what is the cradle of the kingdom. I made a memorable trip to Hail. And there I was able to go to Jabal Arat, Jabal al-Manjur, and frankly what I saw there was astonishing. You know, the rock art coming back from the Thamudic and Nabatean times, so showing all the Arabian prehistory of the place, how different civilization lived there for thousands of years. Qasim was very interesting. What a pleasure to visit. You know, palm farms. I mean, huge ones. Drink camel milk. Eat kuleja. Asir, I think, was one of my highlights. Going there, seeing al-Qat al-Asiri, the colors of the place, the people. For the rest, Alula, obviously, majestic place. I think you have there really something which is going to become a top destination for tourism. I was recently in Jizan and the Farasan Island, which was also very interesting. Complete different culture, architecture, this pearl fishing tradition, which is something that you don't see anywhere else. So I don't want to. I mean, Jeddah is obviously also a reference, and I was there very recently, bringing the president of the European Council, Charles Michel, who visited in September. I had the chance and honor to meet with His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, in Jeddah. So I took him also to the old Jeddah. So tourism, a great potential. I think Saudi Arabia will become one of the top destinations. If it's not already, it's already very much on the rise. But I think in very few years it will become a top destination. Food is definitely a thread in all the visits. Personally, I'm a great fan of two things. Kabsa. I like also fish. There's so much that you can also get from the importance of food. And by the way, we are going as EU to organize a food festival at the beginning of next year, so bringing all kinds of different European food and chefs, and we'll organize that in Riyadh. So I hope it will be also an opportunity for your audience to discover or to rediscover European food. The change is remarkable. Change under the stewardship of His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince, Vision 2030. So I think I've been here for 2 years and a half. But I would say what others more older than me in the country are saying, that you see the change happening in terms of the transformation, the opening, the social opening. I mean, now is a good time to discover, all what the Riyadh season can offer. Soon have the Middle East shows. So there's so much in terms of culture that is offered to a young and super connected and curious youth. I mean, that's really something very important. And by the way, we as Europeans, we want also to be part of that. So we have an interest also. I would say a fair economic interest in let's say proposing some cultural events and all that. But also as embassies, we are doing more and more on culture, because we understand that people are very interested into that, very keen to discover that. So this year we had a film festival. We had also a full Europe month of culture. So we asked all our embassies to coordinate and to try to offer during 1 month a series of cultural activities. So we had art exhibitions, concerts, music concerts, recitals, conferences, and so on. And I'm pretty sure we're going to do that also next year. And culture, for example, for us it's important because it helps us also to better understand each other, Saudi Arabia and Europeans. I think we are quite, very impressed with what's happening. I mean, especially the role or the place of women in the labor force now. We can really cooperate through technology, through know-how, through investment, and so on. So yes, a great transformation at work, which is also offering tremendous opportunities for cooperation.
الاتحاد الأوروبي يعتبر ثاني أكبر شريك تجاري للمملكة. التجارة البينية بين المملكة ودول الاتحاد الأوروبي فاقت 40 مليار يورو في العام الماضي، والاستثمارات الاتحاد الأوروبي في المملكة وصلت إلى 20 مليار يورو. طبعا هنالك تقارب كبير جدا بين المملكة والاتحاد الأوروبي، وخاصة في المرحلة الأخيرة، والحراك الذي يقوم به سمو ولي العهد سلمه الله بأن يكون هنالك شراكات استراتيجية مع دول الاتحاد الأوروبي، كما هي شراكات استراتيجية مع الدول الأخرى الصديقة للتعاون وتبادل المصالح والاستفادة من هذه الشراكات الاستراتيجية.
I think we have a long-standing relationship. I always say that, but it's not just a slogan. I mean, we have. I think you don't have a partner with which we have older relation than us. I mean, so Europeans have been here for centuries, and there has been, contacts and since the Middle Ages. So I think Europe is historically very close. What we see now is even more contacts, I think, and over the last 2 years, we have seen a lot of exchanges, diplomatic visits. I mean, I was referring to the visit of Charles Michel last month, our EU foreign policy chief Borrell last year. Foreign ministers are traveling all the time to the kingdom and vice versa. So there's intense diplomatic exchanges. Our political interest is really to bring more stability to the region, and I think Europe can do it. We have also a contribution to maritime security, for example, which we want to increase, so which will be to the benefit of the region. Now for the world, I mean, I think what we have the most in common, it's a common value that we have, is we believe in multilateralism. We believe in a rules-based order. So we believe that if the world is ruled by strict rules, by principles of cooperation, dialogue, efforts towards peace, and so on, everyone will benefit. So let me take the example of Ukraine. I mean, we were very happy to see the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the rest of the Gulf to vote. I think it was on 13th of October, the resolution of the UN General Assembly condemning the annexation of the eastern region of Ukraine by Russia. I mean, that shows that we have in common the rule of law, international rules. We believe in international rules. The last example I would mention is pandemics. I think we all went through a terrible pandemic with the COVID. It was extremely well managed by the kingdom. I was there. I could see it. I was impressed. And I think it was very good because we cooperated together, because we as Europe, we exported vaccines. Actually, for quite many months, the only partner who was exporting vaccines to Saudi Arabia was Europe. Trade and investment. We're still the second biggest trading partner and first provider of foreign direct investment in the kingdom and in the region. And that's something that we have interest to develop. And I think something which is taking more and more importance is clean energy. We know that Europe is going through also a transformation, exactly the same as in the kingdom, a switch towards greener energy, greener economy. Sorry, and there's great potential to start a trading green hydrogen, because we need that, and the kingdom is ready to produce that. The Vision 2030 is about modernization, economic diversification, green transition, digital transformation. It's exactly what we call the European Green Deal is also about.
العلاقات بين المملكة والاتحاد الأوروبي لا تعتمد فقط على الصناعة والتقنية، وإنما أيضا الزراعة. ولقد بادر الاتحاد الأوروبي قريبا في دعم المبادرات السعودية في السعودية الخضراء والشرق الأوسط الأخضر، وهذا شيء مهم جدا 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 للمواضيع والتغير المناخي الحاصل والحد من هذا التغير المناخي.
My job is to represent all the EU member states, even those who are not present here. I mean, we don't have an embassy, in all matters where we, as we say, we have an EU competence. So there are issues where we have a strong competence, where we are actually in a leading position. Let's say foreign policy, trade policy, visa policy. Those are what we call common policies. So when there are discussions, I'm leading on those discussions. I'm the one representing the whole group. So those are, I mean, foreign policy, trade, and visa, probably the most important ones. For the rest, we are often in a supporting role of our member states. So when it comes to investment, to culture, to technical cooperation, obviously our member states, European member states, are doing a lot. So we try to, when it comes to investment, I'm not signing, contracts or deals. My interest is to facilitate those things. But when it comes to trade, for example, my role is indeed to resolve the trade issues that may arise between European countries and the kingdom. There's also one thing we're doing right now, and I would like to do much more, is increased scholarships towards Europe. I know that there's a lot of appetite for the US and the UK for Saudi students, and really we're making a lot of efforts raising awareness on European universities so that in the near future we could have more Saudi students or professors going to study or work in Europe. My message is that again you have a great country, great people, was lots of qualities, very close. I think very close, not only close geographically but close in the spirit. I mean, curious, hospitable, liking food, liking culture, fond of cultural heritage, of entertainment and all that. So we have so much in common. We need to better understand each other's, and that's frankly my objective here in the kingdom is really to do even more on that, on anything that can increase the mutual understanding between Europeans and Saudis. We have the instruments. We have many member states, 21 member states represented here, and all together, I think as Europe, we want to make a difference and really to be engaged with the kingdom.